We are live. Thought it wasn't going to work for a second there. Get that all closed up. Alright. I don't know if anyone's going to jump into this live stream. I kind of dropped it on y'all last minute. And that's okay. Y'all can catch it afterwards if you'd like. I guess I will apologize now, because this is not going to be a very positive thing, I guess. Or maybe it will be. Who knows? Get some perspective out of it. I don't know. This weekend was dope because of like all the fights and everything. But like, holy shit. I had a lot of conversations this weekend that I was just like, I had to kind of like shake my head and be like, well, like, where the fuck is this coming from? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's just also one of those things, like, I think some people have gotten me confused with a lot, like, the regular people they're surrounded by, and they forget about certain things. I don't know. It just kind of got me feeling a little stressed out or whatever have you, so we're going to talk about it. Not going to go into, like, specific details, obviously. I don't ever put people's names out there or whatever have you. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever actually, like, fully went into everything that happened with failed youth when I left. So, yeah, I don't know. I just respect privacy in ways, but, like, still talk about things, you know what I mean? Especially if I'm involved in the shit. Just want to angle this a little bit more. There we go, that's perfect. Where do we start? Okay, actually, yeah, we'll start with that one. The biggest thing, I posted about it just kind of like quick today on Instagram. I had like a few people hit me up and say they liked a certain video, or they liked like whatever have you, podcast, video, doesn't matter really. But like, they didn't actually watch the video. And that's one of those things where it's like, that's for sure something you can't really like try and like be dishonest about, is like watching the content and everything like that. I'm just trying to get my chair situated so I don't have to slouch. There we go. But yeah, you don't like, it's one of those things. Like if you say, especially like with YouTube and shit like that, like people can see the views, you know what I mean? Especially if you're going to try and talk about the video, like if like when you're asked questions or whatever have you, it just, you know, I don't know, just don't lie about stupid shit like that, you know what I mean? And that's like not just about me, like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody does music or whatever and, you know, they sent you a song or they asked or they put out a new song or whatever, and then you hit them up saying like, oh, that was a dope song or that was a dope track, whatever have you. And then you can't tell them anything about the song. It's like, man, like that fucks with like the person who's like going through this whole creative process to like make this music or make the content and everything. Like, you know what I mean? It's not just a 5-minute like whip things together and then it's out. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody's like passion, you know, that's somebody's creative outlet. And when somebody feels like, well, like one or a few people are kind of like being dishonest about like actually supporting like that creative outlet or that passion, it's like, man, that fucks with somebody's like mindset so much. And I don't know, I just don't see the point of it. Like if you don't if you're not if it's videos, like don't just like click the video and then like only watch 30 seconds of it or something like that, you know what I mean, or listen to like 30 seconds of it, because it's like, man, like why'd you even click the video? It's not just visual stuff, you know what I mean? If it was just visuals, then that'd be different. It wouldn't really matter, I guess, if it was on mute. But like, you know, just don't do that with like somebody's like videos. You know what I'm saying? Short film, blogs, tutorial, whatever it is. And with somebody's music, don't just listen to like, you know, fucking 30 seconds to a minute and then click out. Like, give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. Just fucking straight up. Like, if, like, support folks. You know what I'm saying? This actually will, perfect segue to like the next show now, basically. Like, if you fuck with somebody, just like straight up, like, fuck with them. You know what I mean? Like, support whatever they're doing as well. A homie of mine was getting into like online gaming, and he was doing streams and stuff. And he was even saying where it's like, you know, he has the proper like layout for the screen and everything. He has, you know, everything like the bigger channels do as well. But he doesn't have the same type of activity on the channel. And he was saying that he brought up a good point. And when I was on Twitter this morning, and it kind of like, I don't know, not proved the point, but like definitely showed it. He was saying, you know, it feels like with the whole like online like streaming stuff, a lot of the time, like, if you're an attractive girl or like a certain type of dude that's like, I don't know, maybe some people find you relatable, more people are gonna like view and try and fuck with like the attractive girl and everything. Like, this is how like my homie feels. And when I was on Twitter this morning, like, it was weird because that's exactly what I was seeing. You know, I was like, I follow a lot of different like channels or whatever, and some that I would personally like, I don't know, I personally fuck with more. It's one of those things where I'm like, man, like, how is this person not getting more support? You know what I mean? Like, this person is funny. Like, it's fucking, like, all the videos are quality. They interact with the folks. But it's like they're not getting that same support. But then you see some girl that, like, and this isn't even like some girl like with like distaste or anything like that. It's just, you see somebody like a girl who does streams or whatever, and all these dudes are trying to tweet at them and fucking trying to be like the fucking besties and getting close with them and shit, and like be able to say like, oh well, she's my friend. It's like, man, you're a screen name. You know? You guys don't hang out. You don't text each other. Relax. And I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, it obviously sucks when I see like a talented homie or whatever kind of like wanting to give up on their shit. But at the same time, I told him, like, if you got involved with it because of for views and stuff, then, like, you know, it's not going to work out. Like, you're going to meet disappointment at some point. But like, it was weird, you know, he mentioned something that was bugging him, and then like I see that exact thing in practice, like the morning after we talk about it. And I don't know, it's just fucking, like, I've dealt with sort of this in a way where it's like, it kind of feels like before people like know me, okay, when people know me as Juvy, and I'm just Juvy the kid to them, they're like, they fuck with the music, they fuck with all the videos, everything like that. But then once we kind of become friends and it goes past like Juvy the kid and whatever other screen name, once it gets to being like Alex and whoever else, like on a first name basis type shit, that's when it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm homies with him now. I don't really have to like fuck with the videos or anything like that. You know what I mean? Whereas on the other side of the coin, it's like some people are like fucking, they find somebody attractive and it's just like, I'm gonna do anything to be like in this person's like social circle of some sort, whether it's online or in real life. I need to be part of this person's life and like fuck with everything they do. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know. I just think it's also kind of weird too, where it's like, you know, I got homies that do music and everything, and I listen to their shit like basically every day. I was actually, for this stream, I was going to play Dean Wilde's album, Good Vibes Only, but I totally forgot to, hit her up and ask. So my bad. I should have hit her up before the stream, and I didn't want to just throw it on the stream and then, it was an issue, so apologies. But either way, hit up Dean Wilde and check the music. And Stay Blessed Productions on YouTube. Bam. The Stay Blessed episodes, watched every one of those. I like that shit. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, even if you're homies with somebody, and they're doing, like, online gaming, fucking video content, music, again, whatever it is, fill in the blank. Just because you're homies with that person doesn't now, like, eliminate the support factor. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm friends with them. Like, I don't need to really, like, be like that. Like, I don't really need to watch the shit anymore. Like, I'm friends with them. That's enough support. You know what I mean? Friends and family, like, that shit, like, that's still support that, like, artists of whatever medium they're practicing in. They still need that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Take that, like, little point for what it is, I guess. Whatever you folks might have gotten from it. Oh, actually, yeah, and there's another great segue to the next one. Jesus. So, like, yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, also a lot of people that I see that are in, on the flip side, I guess, like, to go from, somebody that's doing the passion needing support, this is where it flips, because some people that are involved, whether it's music, fucking online content, whatever it is, again, just fill in the blank. A lot of the time, I see this actually more so with people starting clothing lines or like, I don't want to say show promoters, because I don't know, some of the shows like aren't, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe them. But, like, we'll say, like, some promoters in the music world and whatever have you. A lot of the time, it seems like they start it because they want support, but they don't want to support others. You know what I mean? A lot of the time, people will... How can I put this? A lot of the time people will, I don't know if they start it for that reason or whatever have you, but it gets to a point where it kind of, they just want the support. They want the praise. They want those positive comments and all that shit. But they're also not willing to help support others. You know what I mean? They're not going to shout anybody else out unless that somehow is benefiting them. They're not going to just like... try and use somebody's music or whatever have you just because they're a fan of that person's music. A lot of the time it's weird too, because a lot of the time a lot of those people that do that type of shit where it's like, oh, like, well, people should fuck with me, but I don't have to go out of my way to support anybody. A lot of the time when people are those type of people are also the ones that I have the conversations with when they're like, oh, I feel like I don't have any support, and, like, nobody really fucks with what I'm doing, da 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 da. But then you go on their page and it's the total opposite. You know what I mean? Or you know them in real life and it's the total opposite. And it's just like, man, like, I don't know, like, if you have support, don't fucking act like you don't. You know what I mean? Just, like, take a breath, take a seat, think about everything you got around you. And think about, like, how many people do hit you up about, like, whatever you're doing in life. So, I don't know. It's weird to act like you don't have support when you do. But it's also weird to want everybody to, like, constantly support what you're doing if you're not willing to support what they're doing. And I don't mean, like, shouting people out on social media and fucking posting about them and everything, because not everybody, like, needs that for whatever they're doing or needs that for their life. I mean just like being there, like willing to somehow participate, whether it's fucking asking how something went and just like wanting to actually hear about their experience, or trying to be involved with that experience somehow physically. um, it's just one of those things, like support doesn't always mean like giving somebody money or constantly posting things on social media about them. um, Sometimes support is literally just being there, like asking people how their experience or this adventure was, or whatever have you. um, and yeah, I don't know, I think a lot of people forget that too, you know what I mean? It's not hard just to like ask somebody, oh, how, like, how'd that go, and actually listen to like how it went, you know what I mean? I don't know. So if you, that's one of those things. Like if you want support, like be like support others as well. You know what I mean? You can't just be one of those people who wants these positive comments and wants these fucking, positive reviews about whatever you're doing, and you want people to follow you and support you. But then at the end of the day, all you're ever doing is something for yourself. You're not doing anything for anybody else. It's, you give what you get, or you get what you give. Sorry. If you're not willing to put support out there and support others, why do you expect others to support you? Why do you expect others to take time out of their day to, engage in what you're doing if you're not willing to do the same for them? That doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. That's that one. And also, this is basically like the last show note, which is honestly, okay, I want to say this. The mood I was in like earlier this morning, I thought I totally thought this stream was gonna be me like fucking worked up and like aggressive about this shit, and being like, telling people like stop being dumb. Got stuff on the edge of my pen, but like I don't know, it's actually been like way more calm than I was expecting, so that's kind of cool. Give myself a little pat on the back for that one. I don't know, like sometimes it, like, I don't know, sometimes it works to get aggressive or like worked up about things, and like, sometimes some funny shit comes out of it, but like, I don't know, a lot of the time too, like when you're trying to get people to actually like listen to what you're saying and just like actually like soak in what you're saying, like, I don't know, just stay calm about shit, don't let people get you out of that fucking zone where you're just screaming and yelling and all this shit. It doesn't get anything done. But yeah, for the last show note, one other conversation I was having, somebody fucking, oh my god. So even if the vlog is only like, let's say like 4.5 to 6 minutes, we'll do it in that range. A 4.5 minute to 6 minute vlog will take, at very, very least, an hour and probably a little bit more just to edit, like just for editing. So when somebody says, oh, well, the vlog's only this long, it's not like it takes you long to edit it, what the fuck do you mean? It's not just fucking, I don't just import video clips and then just like paste them in the order that I want them to be in. You know what I mean? A lot of the time with the editing, I don't plan anything out. Like, I'll be watching things to see like the certain like dead spaces of audio or whatever. Not all the time. Sometimes I feel sometimes like when I don't cut out the like sometimes like the dead spaces, or when I say like or whatever, that's because that's how real people talk. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I should have to fucking do like a million little jump cuts like within 2 sentences. That's just, I don't know. Honestly, those type of vlogs kind of bug me anyway, so I don't know. I know it's a whole attention span thing, I guess. Like that was like one theory behind it, but like for me, I don't know. If you don't have the attention span to like sit for a couple minutes or whatever and engage in a discussion or listen to points of views from other people, it's like, I don't know. I probably don't have much to offer. Because a lot of the time I get into long fucking rants and I forget where I was going. So, what can you do? But at the same time, there's VR horror, and there's all these other ones that are only a couple minutes, so there's something for everybody, I guess. But yeah, the fucking, whether it's like a couple minute vlog, whether it's fucking minute and a half, 2 minute like music video, like the last one I just did, Gassed, produced by Naughty Beats, go check that out. That shit doesn't take a half an hour. That shit doesn't take even 45 minutes. Like, editing takes a lot of effort. Editing takes a lot of time. That's time away from like other things in my life, you know what I mean? That's time away from my kids and whatever have you, so I can get the editing done. So when it's one of those things where it's like, oh well, editing only takes like this long, so like why, like, I don't know. I don't even know how people equal it in their mind. Because the way the person said it to me was like, oh, your vlog's only like 5 minutes long. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Some vlogs are really short, some end up being really long. Like, it's what happens. Oh, well, it doesn't take long to edit. Like, there's definitely YouTubers who are doing more work than you. It's like, hey, man. Yeah, there are probably people who are doing more work than me. But I'd like to think that, like, at least on the level that I'm on, you know, I'm fucking putting in work. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. A couple minute vlog, yeah, it only takes like, you know, it's basically like the fucking a commercial break half the time nowadays for shows. You know what I mean? You could watch one, like a quick vlog between like your fucking show coming back on. But like that takes a while to edit. I'm very picky with the editing, even down to the fonts that I use. Honestly, like, got a dry throat. Honestly, like, with certain fonts, like, I won't use them because I feel that they don't fit the scene. Like, even for a vlog, I feel like it doesn't, like, it doesn't fit. So I'll spend fucking anywhere from a couple of seconds to 10 minutes just picking out fonts, like, that I want to use for that vlog. Throw in all the color correcting, the little editing, like especially when I do like the little cuts like during the scenes and whatever. Like, fuck. I don't know. For someone to just kind of cast it to the side and be like, oh well, like there's people doing more work than you, so I'll just fuck with them in a way. It's like, man, that's so shitty. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that to people. And don't just assume, like, you know everything about, like, somebody's creative process. Even, like, writing music. Jesus Christ. Like, whether you're just writing a song or doing a video, that takes a lot of fucking time. You know? It's definitely not one of those things where you hear one beat and you're like, oh, okay, well, this is what I'm going to write to it. And it's done. You go record it. It sounds all bueno. You save it and you put it out to the world. That's not how it works. You know what I mean? It takes fucking hours to make a song. Sometimes it takes hours to do like a vlog and shit. So I don't know. Don't assume you know everything about the creative process, especially when if you're not doing it yourself. And two, don't try and like be the, I don't know. Don't think that like, because like you think something only took a couple minutes, it's not worth watching or it's not worth supporting or whatever. You know what I mean? That just doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like, I don't know. Most of the people that say shit like that, it's like, they just, I don't know. I don't know if they like being the contrarians. I don't know if they like being like the person who always has to say something, but I don't know. For sure don't do that. It's just such a shitty move to do to people, and it's kind of shitty for you to even think like you know the ins and outs of like what this person's doing, you know what I mean? Just doesn't make sense. So, what can you do? All right, I'm going to get the fuck on out of here. if any of you hooligans that like watch this or whatever, appreciate it. Hope you got something out of it. Also, I don't know. Think about what I've said in a way. You know, if you feel like any of these points like apply to you, and I'm not even like all of the instances that I've given throughout this whole this whole stream, it has nothing to do with the hooligan squad whatsoever. So any of the hooligans, if you feel like this applies to you, that is purely coincidence. Jacob, good morning, good sir. You tuned in right at the end. I'm saying my goodbyes. You missed a whole episode. It was a good one, though. You can check back. It's a good one, man. Talk about different things about support and just, like, the mindsets and whatever. I don't know. I can't even fucking get into it all right now. It's just... It was a good one. I liked it. It was a very calm and collected episode. But anyway, fucking... Yeah. Always do, my good man. Appreciate that. But yeah, when it... I don't even remember what I was fucking saying. God damn it, Jacob. Yeah, I don't know. Just okay. So think about what I said through all of this shit. You know what I mean? One, don't assume like you know all of the steps of the creative process that someone has to go through. You know what I mean? Like, don't think because a vlog is only 4 to 5 minutes long, it only takes like 4 to 5 minutes to edit. That shit takes a long fucking time. Actually, let me just I'll recap because this will give you folks like the summary. So yeah, you know, don't assume you know all that, like how long it takes to edit the vlog, and also don't use that to compare things. Don't be like, oh well, somebody else is putting in more work than you, so I'll fuck with them over you. It's a shithead move. Don't assume things like that. Don't lie about supporting people's passions. You know, whether it's music, fucking movies, online content, whatever. You always get caught because, especially like the artist who does this shit, if it's music, whatever, I would always ask people like, what's your favorite line? Or like, what line like connected with the most? Like as far as my music goes. With online content, I'll ask people like, what was your favorite clip? Or what was your favorite bit? Or whatever have you. And I always get you. Anyway. Also, don't want people to support you if you're not willing to support others. It's that being like an artist or working on creative things or working on a passion is always like, it ends up being a collaborative effort. You know what I mean? So don't just be like, oh, well, I want support, I want positive comments, but I'm not going to do shit for y'all. Appreciate that, Jacob. Preach! Church of Juvy, Hooligan Squad. And also, if somebody's like just funny or they're like, you like their like online streams or whatever, if you're into online gaming or whatever like that, fuck with them, support them, share their stuff. Don't just fuck with somebody that does like online streams or whatever because you think they're attractive. You know what I mean? Those girls that do like the gaming stuff, they have like fucking 5,000 dudes that are doing the same shit that you are. Relax on it. You know what I mean? Don't just fuck with someone because you think they're attractive or whatever. Like, fuck with someone because of the talent, because of the motivation, the determination. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like my homie, like he's a fucking. I love those streams. They are, like, I don't know. I love it. It's like you're kicking it with somebody. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't try and like be somebody he's not. So I hope he continues with it. I'm sure he will. Either way. I would shout it out, but he asked me to keep all that private. Weird. Anyway, so that was the show notes. All the support and all that good stuff. I'm going to get it the fuck on out of here now. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Might not get a reply, but I promise I do read them all. Man, my back hurts today. Alright. Mucho love, Hooligan Squad.